Well, good morning, my Sagittarius friends. Gang, gang. Welcome to Saged Muse. My name is Heidi. And I will be your guide. Let's start the sauce. Sagittarius. All right, y'all. Look, we are in the shadow officially of Mercury retrograde, and I have found that the shadow, especially leading up to the retrograde, tends to be worse. I feel like it's where everything kind of happens, all the misunderstandings, the people coming back. And because it's in Aries, I do really feel like there is this uh, it just feels like there's so much conflict in the air. I'm telling you. I saw it in yesterday's reading. I'm seeing it in everyone's readings. And, like even the readings I have watched, and there's just no way around it. But understand that, like, even conflicts that come up during Mercury retrograde, you have to take them with a grain of salt because it may not be lasting, because we're kind of not really there's just so much room for misunderstanding. And so, or it could be something becomes totally clear to you during this time, for sure, for sure. So I'm just getting that out of the way so you kind of get a feel for it. They have said that is going to highly affect Sagittarius, but I think that it's going to affect like all the fire signs specifically because it is very much in Aries, but there are those who think that it's going to mostly affect the cardinal signs, but you'll know, y'all, because I have already had my experience. Yes, yes. And look at what it's showing you. Maybe what you need to cycle out for sure. So, Sag, I feel like you're feeling good though. I mean, I should put that out there. Underneath the deck is the Seven of Pentacles and the World. I mean, look, kind of looking at things, right? Taking a look at whether things are worth putting your energy into anymore, or what you're stepping off for, because the world is coming through all the lessons. And so you may be thinking that, you may be taking a look at that and be saying, you know what, do I want to even bother with this thing or that thing? Do I see that in my next cycle? There's a lot of that going on, Sagittarius. And as usual, I will do an extended for the daily reading, and I do that, you know, for all the daily readings. So let's see. Your focus, I feel like you're actually trying to stay low. You may have a sense already that this is, you may be feeling it because here we're seeing environment and time out. Now, for some of you, that can have something to do with moving, changing your environment. But I kind of feel like you're focused on yourself and not really focused on the people around you, to be quite honest with you. Keeping to yourself, staying in the house, Sag. Because it makes a lot of sense because you're showing up in Queen of Cups and Empress energy, which is really beautiful. It's a very healing energy because like I've said before, we're entering our soft era, right? So in your soft era, you need to be very gentle with yourself. And I feel like you may be doing that just to keep your emotions regulated, right? Because the Queen of Cups is very good at that. She always has, what she needs on tap, right? And this is about you. This is about your own worth, knowing what you deserve, but being in a very healing, loving energy, to be honest, which of course starts with you first, right? And it does feel like that is your focus, Sagittarius, to be honest with you. some things coming up. I'm not going to say that conflict isn't in the air. It is here. It is here. And so yesterday I was seeing conflict. And, it just feels like there is. Now, this conflict feels like a temporary situation, but I feel like you make a permanent decision here, to be honest with you. Because decision is here. This is Mars, and definitely, this could be a decision over things that have been going on, particularly with people or a person for some time. But there is this kind of air of someone who creates false narratives, right? It's someone who, and is very susceptible to outside forces, right? So it's kind of like there's an argument here that you make a decision out of. It brings you to a decision because there's someone in your environment who creates narratives that aren't true. And they may get these narratives from the people around them, because the fourth house energy, from family, from whatever. But it does, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where they get them from. It's not true. And you know that, but you're making a decision based on this. Maybe you're just tired of dealing with it. If that's what you want to believe, then that's what you believe. Okay. All right. It could be that someone else is making a decision based on that because of an argument that happens. But, we're not really here for convincing people of who we are. Like, okay, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. Because in the 8th house, our enemies are there too, Sag. Our enemies are there. So, and what's kind of dangerous about the 8th house is that, it can be where people are telling your secrets, right? And so, but I feel like there's an argument here that leads you to a decision. And because birth is here, I just feel like this could be someone you didn't see really clearly. Now you do, because there's a lot of energy here about going towards new things. And I'm not saying that if you are trying to, get back together with someone or heal something, because, I do think that this comes back around in a healing tone. But I feel like this is a situation that is kind of repetitive. And so, I don't know. I would say be careful about making decisions based on emotions of the moment. But, I just think like it's the 8th house is so much about the unknown and what is secret. And I just feel like, this kind of just really feels like someone who's determined to live under a false narrative. And maybe it's something that they believe about you that isn't true. And it's something that they've gotten from an outside source. Whatever it is, it leads to a decision. I will tell you that. Okay. Okay, so your blessing, though, is like what all of this is showing you, Sagittarius. And desert passage, trust there's a divine plan, and in the flow. Like, the truth is that this is a blessing for you. Because it is really, you can't fight against, especially, I'm surprised that the tower hasn't shown up. But you can't fight against what the universe has for you. And so you will see that this has been a blessing for you. because it's, it will even out, but it's showing you in terms of where you're supposed to go. And it's hard because finding sanctuary and mystic healer is here. I feel like it's taking things out of your path that shouldn't be there. It's moving you forward, and, it may make you feel like you want to isolate, because you want to heal. But it's also really revealing to you the healer inside of you. It really is, because it leads to some, spiritual moments for you. And healing may be difficult, right? Because it's kind of like it makes you feel alone. But, it's kind of a whatever situation, right? But you're in a good space. You're in a healing space. And you may be feeling emotional somewhat, but it's actually, you may be keeping to yourself to focus on, issues of self-worth, and also just honoring yourself is what I'm feeling. Okay. So, the people affecting you is the Death card and the Chariot. I mean, you're knowing that there are certain things that you need to move on from, people you need to move on from, things that need to end to bring in transformation. It could be that someone here is going through their own transformation and it's just time for you to get out of the way. But there is this energy of letting things go, especially the Chariot's looking at the past and is looking at the Empress. Meaning this is about standing in your value, and that means that, that may mean ending, some endings are coming in because they're standing in your way, and that's harsh for sure. I mean, there's a lot of major arcana here, Sagittarius. The world, this is all about pushing you to your next cycle. We're seeing the Chariot, the Empress, the Death card. The Fool is here too. The Hangman. I mean, wowza. Like a lot. And the truth is like, these are things that, or people specifically, because this is an event. This is about walking away. And they may be people you don't really want to walk away from. But just knowing that you have no more to give in certain situations. I have done all I can, and the Hangman is, it is coming to a different perception. It is surrender. It's no longer, trying to make things work that just don't work. And so there is this energy of you accepting that certain things have to end, certain people have to go. They have to go. And maybe in the past you have pushed against that, but it's really like energetically not doing that anymore. Knowing that you did the best you could. And you did everything you could. And, that's a big lesson for everyone, is like when to just say, look, I've done the best I could here. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. I still have feeling for it, and that's okay. That's okay. And I feel like it doesn't, like there is some sadness here for sure, but there's also acceptance. It's kind of like, we don't chase, we attract. What is meant for us will never miss us, and it definitely is that energy. If something has to end, just letting it end. If I'm supposed to go a different way, just go the different way, because there is this strong energy of you just going with the current. going with the current. I'm not going to try to fix anything. Because the Five of Cups is here with the Queen of Pentacles. Like, the Five of Cups sometimes can be, did I do things the wrong way? It could be doing things the wrong way. Of course, it's about, letting the past go. And, it is really bringing in this energy. And these are these actions, right? You will deal with the feelings on it for sure. But the truth is that all of this is happening because it's about doing what's best for you at the end of the day. And realizing sometimes you didn't do what was best for you. And there's a lot, especially that's what Aries wants us to do. That's what the Emperor, stepping into Emperor energy, is all about. Putting ourselves first. And with the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Swords, this is really getting real with yourself about the things that stand in your way, and just letting it go. I want to just get into the Frozen song, right? Underneath the deck is the Cozy Witch, which is the Fool, the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Two of Wands. You're totally moving in a different direction. And with the King of Cups being here and the Magician, it's kind of telling you that, there are people coming in, or specific, it could be a specific person, especially, a relationship, it could be. But people who see your worth, people who connect with you on the same emotional level. The King of Cups is beautiful. Who wouldn't want a King of Cups? Because the King of Cups does regulate their emotions. And they don't let anything get in the way of what they love. And this is like the King of Cups is an equal. And it's because of the Magician. It's manifesting that. Because you are in that energy as the Queen of Cups. It's like the more we see our value, the more we attract value to us. And I kind of feel like that's happening. It's like once you value yourself, which is very much the Nine of Cups, just say you step into the Fool energy, which means I'm ready to move forward in a way that really supports me, right? Supports me. The Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Wands, this is putting you on a whole new path. It's putting you on a new path. And, of course, that's difficult because that means that some things have to go. Some things have to go, Sag. So, once again, I'm not saying that we're not healing situations, but we're definitely not healing situations that stand in the way of our value, if that makes sense to you. And you may be, spending a little time on that, maybe spending some time on self-worth. It's about knowing what you deserve and acting accordingly. And what you deserve is you deserve to be able to be soft, right? Amen, amen. So what's surprising today is receiving help, hidden secrets, secret admirer, and gratitude. I feel like you possibly may be getting some information. It could be someone who's interested in you, who has been keeping things, at a distance. But I actually feel like you're getting some information from someone that you end up being really grateful for. And we saw that yesterday, of something about finding out a truth. So, that can be different things for different people. And I feel like the person you're getting it from is not something that you actually know, but like you may not really know this person, but this person is really for you. Okay, that's one thing you definitely should know. So, we will take a look at that in the extended, but let's get to some advice for you, Sagittarius. We see where your focus is, but what does the universe want you to focus on? Let's check it out. What do you want Sagittarius to focus on? I feel like there's a lot here too about knowing where to, like, you have very healing energy, but learning where to shoot it at can be a thing, right, Sag? All right, all right. Sagittarius. So what do you want Sagittarius to focus on? Oh, right quick. Own your power. Calling your power back, Sag. Oh, perseverance. They want you to own your power and to bring things to a completion. All right, all right. What is this about? Oh, be grateful for all you are blessed with. Okay, so, I mean, this time may be difficult, but, sometimes it's just being grateful for where we're going, not where we've been, right? So let's get your mindful message. What is Sagittarius's mindful message? Sagittarius's mindful message. Oh, okay. Doing our best. We are all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay, no matter the outcome. I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. Okay, okay. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Pretty self-explanatory, Sagittarius. Let's see what you're learning. What is Sagittarius learning? Oh. Thanks, everyone, for your continuing support. I really appreciate it. And I hope you watch the readings all the way through, even though lately they've been kind of long. Sagittarius. I just talk a lot. So what is Sagittarius learning? Oh, release your guilt. Okay. What is Sagittarius learning? And we kind of see that too with the Five of Cups. We're all just stardust. So, this is really about moving forward. And, the truth is that we make mistakes in relationships as well. And it's time for you to just move forward and let those things go. This definitely looks like two people arguing. Okay, Sagittarius. That's what I have for you. I hope you have the best day ever. Toodles.